Hey, good morning. Welcome and thank you for tuning into my podcast. For those people who knows me already, you know that I'm starting my trainings or workshops or any kind of talking, usually with the topic around our thinking. I became really obsessed around thinking and mindset, but it's not only mindset in general, but it's more neuroscience and more how our brain actually works and how we actually create results based on our thoughts and thinking. And I love to talk about the one topic particular, and that's how our thinking creates our reality. And I believe this is the most important information to have to be able to change ourselves, to change our results and get out of the cycle where we are at. Maybe we are stuck somewhere, or maybe we think that we can't be wealthy or we can't create something great, amazing, or maybe we don't believe that we can actually be first millionaires in our family. Whatever it is that you believe, this is the most important part of changing our thinking or changing our reality, and that's beliefs. That means today topic is actually importance of beliefs and how we create them. And our thinking, when you think about our thoughts and thinking, this is all neutral. Thoughts are like clouds. They're just passing around, and we have 70,000 thoughts a day. They're all neutral. And remember, only we decide to add kind of energy to them or value, or maybe better to say, we assign the truth to them. We decide. And after that, our thoughts become our beliefs. I want you to remember that, because it is so important, because we are creating our beliefs from our childhood, from the day we were born. Beliefs create a cognitive lens through which we interpret the events and the world. And I want you to imagine that your beliefs are like a filter, like a lens. When you have your camera, or maybe when you put the glasses on, you can have your pink glasses, or you can have a little bit darker glasses. And people, they always see the positive side of things, or people, they always complain, or people, they always see the more negative part of the things or events. And those are our lenses, and those are beliefs. I want you to remember that, because I will give you a few examples to maybe deepen up the understanding. But when you think about something that probably we all experience. Now, when you believe you form after your partner breaks up with you, let's say, that you create belief, I'm not attractive enough. And then you go, after a few weeks or months, you're going to the party or event where 8 people tells you, wow, you look amazing. And the one person makes comment, oh, your dress are very kind of interesting. Do you know what you choose? You choose this thought, the comment that your dress are kind of interesting. And you fixate on this comment, because you created that belief that you are probably not attractive enough. You choose this thought, and based on that thought, you create your stories, and those stories became your truth. That means you maybe assign stories like, I always dress up weirdly, or I always choose the wrong outfit, I don't look really good. And you totally disregard those 8 positive comments about you looking amazing. You just basically act like they don't exist at all. They didn't happen. You only took the evidence from the environment that was consistent with your beliefs, which then, of course, reinforced your original belief that you are not attractive enough. I want you to remember this cycle, because when we have some kind of belief from the age of 3 or 5 or 8, and we call it premise, because it's something that was basically done and programmed. We had one belief, and based on that belief, we filter all our life. When you think about our brain, it's like a filtering system. And works on an activation or inhibition model. When the brain is primed by a certain belief to look for something, it shuts down competing neural networks. So you actually have a hard time to seeing evidence of the contrary of an already existing belief. That means you can't see the opposite. You can't see when you have belief based on something negative or negative experience, then you see most of the world from that negative perspective. That means it's really hard to see the opposite. That's why people who are depressing world, or maybe also when you're convinced that your view of the world is truth, how hard it will be to see the other side. Most people don't realize this is actually something we're creating on our own. And I want you to see that the life we live, we actually creating ourselves. That what is truth for us, it doesn't need to be truth for other people. And what you take in from the environment through your belief filter becomes your self-concept. Now, your self-concept is basically made up from I am or I can. That means I am, that means beliefs what you are presently, who you are. And I can is belief about who you are capable of being in the future, what you can actually have in the future. From these I am and I can statements, you create stories and narratives about who you are. And you're telling yourself some stories and you're telling those things about you to other people. Like if you believe that you're not good enough, that you believe and you talk about that you're not good enough for something, you're not capable of doing something. And if you believe that you are good enough, you're talking about that. That means you kind of script and write your own self-concept. You write a story of what you think is likely or maybe possible based on what you believe is true. And then think about that your actions and choices and decisions are made on or based on this belief. I just want you to really, really think about this very deeply, because when your beliefs are not serving you anymore and not moving you forward where you want to be, let's recreate your reality and recreate your truth. And I would suggest, I will give you a little bit of exercise that you can do yourself. And you can write down, if you have a pen and paper, please take it, or listen to this again and just have a little bit of play. When you know now that you're participating in creating of your reality, I just want you to know this is not woo-woo or something magical or something made up. This is actually how our brains operate. When you deny, reject, or are unaware of this, then you have very little power and will feel like the victim all your life. I don't want you to live as a victim. I want you to take ownership. I want you to know that you have choice. You can actually change things that are happening to you, and you can change things that you will experience. When you start to understand the process and you make it work for you, you can actually be empowered and live amazing life. Now, think about what you believe about how easy it is to create results. Let's play with some questions. That means when you have a pen and paper, let's play with those questions. I will give you questions like, what do you believe about how easy it is to create results? That means that's the first question. What do you believe? It is hard, it takes a long time, or you must be lucky, or you must have a wealthy background or wealthy family. And the second question is, what do I believe about my identity? That means think about that, who I am, and ask yourself questions like, who am I? And think about that. Am I smart, or I never been that smart kid, or I'm clumsy, or I'm courageous, adventurous? Who you are. Really think about that. What are the words that will express who you are? What do you believe you are? Do you believe that you can become whoever you want or whatever you want? You believe that maybe you don't deserve something? Think about your identity. What is your identity? Who do you believe you are. The third question, what do I believe is possible? Fourth question, what do I believe is most likely? And fifth question is, what do I believe is going to happen? And answer all those questions. And after that, when you answer all those questions, I want you to go into second step when we really, really check if those are real limiting beliefs. That means all those questions that I just mentioned, now go back to them and ask a few questions. Is it true? Can you absolutely know that's true? How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? And the other question is, what would you be without the thought or that belief? What would you be without that belief? Answer those questions, and those will actually help you to understand your limiting belief and your filters and what actually you believe and what is directing or creating direction in your life and your reality. And I want you to really play with that because it is so important part of my program and is always so helpful. I had so many people to change and transform their life because they realized they believe in something and that was not even true. There was something they created that thought based on some family issues or some past, or maybe someone told them something and they just took it on board as their reality. I want you to understand what is your reality and change it. Do it the way and change the beliefs the way that will serve you, that will help you. That means if you don't believe you can get results, you are not going to get results. Remember, you need to start to believe in yourself, believe that you are capable to do it. If you don't believe that you can sell, you're never going to sell. I have a sales workshops tomorrow, and the same workshop or trainings always start the same way. You need to first believe. You need to believe in your product. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your brand. You need to believe that you are adding value to people. You need to believe that your product is going to deliver the value. If you don't believe that, you're never going to be able to sell. You need to believe first. And after that, you will be able to change your reality. That means really think about it. What are your filters? Ask yourself questions that I already shared and really do your exercise because it's very important. And I do this exercise every quarter. I'm always checking where I am at, how I moved from limiting beliefs to actually empowering beliefs and some aspirational beliefs. And also there are other filters we will talk about. And there's more about values, attitudes, and standards we have. But we always start with beliefs. That means if you want to know more and really want to go through all program to really increase your awareness about beliefs, values, and all filters that are creating our reality, please just check the link below. There is a Quantum Leap online program. You can do it by yourself. You can do self-paced. That's the cheapest option. And there is a lot of questions. That means you become really good in self-coaching and self-answering questions that will actually take you on the right path. That means if you want to really, really find your purpose and understand what you want to live, how you want to live, please just check the link below or send me email. My email is below and I will be happy to talk to you. Thank you. Have a lovely day.